What's your reason for visiting Rome? I know for many of you, it's the art, the architecture, the history, the food, the culture, the people. But for some of you, it's also a matter of faith. If you're new to my channel, I'm Alyssa, publisher of the RomeWise website and this YouTube channel. I've been living in Rome since 2001, I'm married to a Roman, and I know Rome like the back of my hand. Both on the website and here on this channel, I love sharing my favorite things to see and do in Rome, Florence, and beyond. And I especially love sharing with you my favorite secret spots, unusual and interesting things to see and do that you might not have known about otherwise. On today's video, I want to share with you 3 special places in Rome that I think any visitor should add to their list. These sites offer a fascinating look into ancient Rome, and in particular, into the history of Christianity in Rome. I think anyone would find them interesting, but for Catholic visitors, these sites are especially important to visit. For some, visiting Rome can be a way to rediscover or deepen your faith. And Rome is arguably one of the best places in the world to do just that. But Rome is not only home to the Vatican and St. Peter's Basilica. I'm standing here at one of several important sites, each wonderful to visit on their own or as part of a pilgrimage to enrich your faith. Next to me is the Archbasilica of St. John in Lateran, or San Giovanni in Laterano. St. John in Lateran is the oldest public basilica in the West, and the most important of the 4 papal basilicas. We'll talk about that a little later in this video. Popes resided in the Lateran Palace for centuries since its founding in the year 325, until Pope Nicholas V moved the papal residence to the Vatican in the 15th century. Behind the basilica, you can also visit the Lateran Baptistry, where Constantine was baptized. Speaking of Constantine, his mother, St. Helena, or St. Helena, brought many relics with her back from Jerusalem to Rome. Among these was the Holy Staircase, which Jesus climbed to meet Pontius Pilate. This is the building behind me. The only way to climb the Holy Staircase, or Scala Sancta, is on your knees. Anyone can do this, no matter your faith or lack thereof. There are also staircases on either side for those who want to go up or down on foot. We'll talk more about these stairs in a moment. Speaking again about relics, another important site near here is the minor Basilica of Holy Cross in Jerusalem, or Santa Croce in Gerusalemme. Saint Helena, whose villa was underneath this basilica, brought many relics back with her from Jerusalem, and you can see them in this church. We'll also talk about those in this video. On today's video, I'm very lucky to have with me special guests Rhonda and Kerry from A Faith Project. As part of their project, which they're going to tell you about, they've come to Rome for the first time, and they're going to be sharing with you a lot more about some of these sites and their impressions of them on this very special visit to Rome. All right, so this is Kerry, this is Rhonda, and they are going to take it away. So, ladies?
Thank you so much, Alyssa. We've actually been watching your channel for quite some time. So, Rhonda and I experienced a deepening of our Christian faith this past year. And we started our channel, A Faith Project, because we wanted to focus on what unites us across Christian denominations.
Yeah. And Alyssa, your videos helped us to plan our pilgrimage to Rome. We realized quickly that there is so much more to see than the Vatican museums and St. Peter's. With 2025 being the year of the Jubilee, there are 2 must-sees that you must see.
And there's a lot of horns right now. The first must-see is the Scala Sancta, or the Holy Stairs. And at the top of the stairs is the Sancta Sanctorum, which is a lovely chapel that houses several holy relics. So, the Holy Stairs were brought over by Constantine's mother, St. Helena. And these were the stairs that were part of Pontius Pilate's compound that Jesus walked up and ascended multiple times the day he was condemned to death. And so pilgrims ascend these 28 steps on their knees in prayer, and each step represents
a piece of the passion,
right,
of the passion of the Christ.
A piece of the passion.
Mm-hmm.
And so also on the stairs are droplets of blood that are said to have been Jesus's when he fell to the stairs on his knees.
Yeah. And I have to say, we climbed the stairs on our knees.
And
it hurt. Every time you took a different step, you had to realize that the pain that you were feeling, or the pain that I was feeling, was nothing compared to the pain that Jesus felt
Yeah.
when he was dying for our sins.
And people all had a spectrum of responses. Some people were in tears. Some people ascended the stairs quite quickly on their knees. Others really took their time going up the stairs. It is a spiritual and an emotional experience.
Extremely emotional.
On those stairs. So please give yourself enough time at the Scala Santa to really reflect.
At the top of the stairs, there is an amazing chapel called the Sancta Sanctorium, which houses a piece of the bench that Jesus sat on during the Last Supper. It also has a picture of Jesus, the Holy Savior, that is referred to as the Atrapita, which means not made by human hands. There's no explanation for how it was made. Mind-blowing.
And you know, it was interesting when we first went into the little chapel, we didn't understand the significance until one of the custodians there took the time to go in there with us and share with us that this chapel was also for all the martyrs.
So we're here in the cloister of St. John in Lateran. St. John in Lateran is one of the 4 major basilicas of Rome, along with St. Peter's, St. Mary Major, and St. Paul outside the walls. It is arguably the most important church in Christendom. It was the first church ever built in the West. San Giovanni in Laterano, St. John in Lateran, is the Pope's church. The Pope is the Bishop of Rome, and this is his church. And that's why this church is a cathedral, because it has a bishop. St. Peter's Basilica is not a cathedral because it doesn't have a bishop. Even though the Pope lives in Vatican City, his church is St. John in Lateran. So if you're visiting Rome on a pilgrimage, if you're coming for the Jubilee, undoubtedly you will visit this church. But I think many people are not aware of this beautiful cloister, and I think you should visit it if you visit St. John in Lateran. The cloister is cosmatesque, which is similar to that floor pattern that we've seen in many churches around Rome, but it also has beautiful and important historical artifacts. Another wonderful sort of secret spot, not that secret, but nearby, is the Basilica of Holy Cross of Jerusalem, Santa Croce in Gerusalemme. That church is probably one of the most important churches in Rome where relics are concerned. And you know, this whole area where we are, where the Holy Staircase is, this Basilica of St. John in Lateran and Santa Croce in Jerusalem, is really important. The Lateran Basilica, as I said, is the most important church in Christendom. Nearby, we have the baptistry where Constantine was baptized. And many people don't realize that St. Helena, Constantine's mother, her villa was just near here, and Santa Croce in Jerusalem is built on top of what was once her villa. So I think visiting this part of Rome is really wonderful if you're just touring and you want to see something different, the Holy Staircase, Santa Croce in Jerusalem, this beautiful cloister. But if you're here on a pilgrimage, I really think you can't miss the Holy Staircase and Santa Croce in Jerusalem. So I'm going to let Rhonda and Kerry tell you about their experience there.
So on Alyssa's recommendation, we went to go visit the Basilica of the Holy Cross of Jerusalem. Just exceptionally beautiful, but really as Christians, what appealed to us beyond the beauty was the holy relics that are kept there.
Some of the relics they had were, it just takes your breath away to be in the presence of fragments of rock from the cave of Bethlehem, where Jesus was born. The opposite of that would be a piece of the pillar that he was scourged on. They have a nail from his crucifixion, 3 pieces of the actual cross.
They have a part of the penitent thief's cross, as well as the part of the top of the cross that had the title, Jesus of Nazareth, King of yours. Now, it's a copy, but they believe the original is somewhere in the basilica. They just can't find it yet. And why they believe that is because in that time, it was common practice to always make a copy and keep the original on the premises somewhere. So they believe the original is there, but for me, the copy was just as moving.
As well as the other copy?
Right, the replica of the Shroud of Turin is there as well. And I know they only show the shroud every few years.
Yeah.
But just to even see the replica as Catholics, as Christians.
The one thing that was amazing too is where they house the holy relics, there are places that you can sit and pray and just be in silence with the relics and really feel that emotional connection.
Yeah. And so we're going to really encourage you to take that time to pray in front of the relics, because it was incredibly powerful and moving.
Yeah.
Moving.
And then just to say, right now we're filming inside the cloister at St.
John Lateran.
Yeah, St. John Lateran. This cloister that we're filming at is amazing. The artifacts here dating back for thousands of years. It's just so inspiring, and it's breathtaking. The words for Rome for us have been wow, wow, wow.
It has really taken our faith to a different level to be able to pray and be in the presence of these relics.
Yeah, the history it's unbelievable.
It really is. So don't miss the cloister, because if Alyssa hadn't been with us, we wouldn't have known.
We would not have known.
Don't miss it.
We just want to take a minute to thank Alyssa from the bottom of our hearts for her knowledge and her time with us.
And being so generous with it.
So generous.
And for introducing us to all these hidden gems that we would have never known would have existed if we hadn't been watching the RomeWise channel.
Yeah, her channel, watch it, study it. Any questions you have about Rome, you will find the answer there.
You will. And for those of you who are searching to deepen your faith, a trip to Rome,
It's worth it.
it's priceless. It really is, to pray in the presence of relics.
And please feel free to check out our website, which is www.afaithproject.com, or visit us on YouTube.
God bless.
I hope you've enjoyed this guest visit by Rhonda and Kerry of Faith Project. It's been really lovely to show them some of these beautiful sights to see in Rome. Please go follow them, check out their podcast if you want to know more about their project and what they're doing. And for lots more of my favorite secret spots, don't forget to check out my playlist, Unusual Things to See and Do in Rome, right here.